it is your buddy, Peace and Harmony with you here today. Much love going out to all the beautiful empowered harmonizers. And we're zooming in and focusing in on a great viewer question, and that is essentially, is my ex, who I'm soon to be divorcing, who I feel is a covert narcissist, are they happy? They've repeated again and again and again that they're happy, but yet they're engaging in a lot of drinking, hard alcohol. They're engaging in a lot of cigarette smoking. You know, they're moving their belongings out of the house. You know, they're really kind of trying to work, this viewer is trying to work on the relationship, but yet this person says that they're happy and they just want to be kind of like left alone, and they engage in a lot of the silent treatment, the behaviors that a covert narcissist oftentimes will engage in. So we're going to zoom in and focus in on that here today. But before we get started, I just want to give a huge shout out to those of you who have recently donated to the channel. Thank you so much for stepping up to the plate and making your donations to the channel. You really do help to keep the channel going, to keep it alive, to keep the lights on, so to speak, and to keep me inspired, to let me know that the content actually is valuable and it's a good resource and the tools are working here for you. That feedback is wonderful. So thank you so much for your contributions. And absolutely positively, if the channel here has been a good resource for you, the tools that you're applying, if they are seeing some results, please do feel free to participate and contribute to the channel. There is a PayPal Donate Now button right on the About page here on the Peace and Harmony channel. So thank you so much. It really does make it worthwhile, and it keeps it a lot of fun to continue with our exploration of understanding the dynamics and how to heal through covert narcissist relationship abuse and wounds. So now to look furthermore at this question, it is to understand, you know, you can ask, what does a covert narcissist really need? What does a narcissist really need? The one thing that they need and rely on is people. And it's not to say, because everybody does really truly need others. You can't live alone in an isolated state. I mean, it just won't work. You can't, you know, clean your own water, grow all your own food, you know, build your own house. I mean, you need the hands of others. That's part of humanity. So, and to be sensitive and have gratitude for that is really part of when your life really takes on meaning, is you have this awakening and respect for all that others contribute to society, whether it's bagging groceries, whether it's customer service, whether it's an architect, whether it's a painter. You really do begin to appreciate all the skills, talents, and contributions that are in the full spectrum of humanity, of human beings. And so now the covert narcissist, one of the problematic situations with them, when you really begin to see issues, is when they feel that you're no longer supportive of them or supportive of their narcissistic needs. A covert narcissist needs others to give them the adulation, to give them the admiration, to be always a sense giving them the attention. You're not going to find a lot of giving in this area. They might be a provider in specific senses, provider of a specific limited form of companionship or financial support or things of that nature, but you're really going to find that there is not a really open, wide sort of river emotionally of a give and take. It's going to be very, very narrow. It's going to be very small. The narcissist, you know, by definition, has a pathological sense of self-importance. And part of this is manifested or seen in their constant need for attention, admiration, and adulation of others. So these are your attention seekers. These are your takers, not your givers. These are the people who want that sort of, you know, unhealthy amount of admiration and attention. They always, you know, you feel like the relationship is always addressing the question, what do you think about me? You feel like the relationship is always about answering their question, what do you think about me? And this is really interesting because you find that then all of their manipulation sort of stems from and is rooted in this aspect of their relationship. You're always walking on pins and needles, eggshells, spikes, whatever it is you feel that you're walking on, you know, as a sort of fearful state, like when are they going to rage, or have I not given them enough? Have I not given them enough gifts, given them enough confirmation that I am, you know, being controlled by you? In other words, am I doing everything you want me to do? Am I under your control? Am I under your guise? Am I under your power? Am I under your judgment? Am I under your measuring stick? Am I under your yardstick? Am I underneath all the pressure that you want to put on me? So it's like you feel like you're constantly under a pressure that is, you know, coming from their question, you know, what do you think about me? In other words, you can't have any sort of information. You can never feel like the attention is on you, the spotlight, the center, the soapbox, whatever it is. You can't speak up for yourself. You feel that you only pale in comparison to them. Then you unequivocally, energetically, subconsciously know that you are around a malignant individual. I don't care if this person is beautiful, gorgeous, handsome, CEO, janitor, it doesn't matter their title. But if you, I mean, they can be a babysitter, they can be a maid, they can be a Wall Street banker. You know, it doesn't matter. But when you unequivocally always feel that it's always about them, you know, then you're really around this sort of toxic individual, which unequivocally, if you feel this, is not good for you. If you constantly feel you're under their pressure, you know, and you feel that they are always needing that supply source from you, and that if you don't engage in that enough, if your life begins to take on meaning or purpose and they're not there to see you and support you, then, you know, then you start to engage in this sort of, we need to get a divorce, things aren't working out, I'm happier elsewhere, and they're going to shut you out. Yet they're still engaging in a lot of behaviors. So oftentimes it goes back to the old statement, it's not what someone says, it's what they do. It's not, you know, it's not what someone says, it's what they do. Behavior speaks louder than words. So you can look at their behavior and then say, well, if they're engaging in a lot of this self-sabotaging behavior, then that is oftentimes the tools of self-denial. You know, when someone is drinking a lot, smoking a lot, they're addicted. There's a lot of addictions going on. That person is out of control, and, you know, you're going to be in an out of control, unhappy state if you stay with them. It just means that you're going to be cut off. I mean, this is just how this person is. If you try to save them, work on the relationship, you know, I can show you the ways of unaddiction. I mean, if you try to live their life for them and try to work on things, you are going to get pulled down with the sludge. You're going to get pulled down with the drowning man or the drowning woman. It is very important for you to understand that you cannot be responsible for the evolution of another. If another does not want to save themselves, change, or is not open to that, you cannot really open up their mind for them. You cannot open up their heart for them. You can sure try. You can try for years, but it's very difficult to succeed until this person hits their own rock bottom and they discover for themselves, you know, hey, you know, I'm going to end up, you know, homeless, carless, friendless, penniless. If I continue to do this, they need to then, you know, see this within themselves. But the covert narcissist oftentimes does not feel that they're doing anything wrong. Because they're self-important, they feel should be able to win them the support of others. In other words, you know, because they will be able to find somebody else who will be able to satisfy their narcissistic needs, who will be comfortable in a state of being a supply source. But you don't. It's not your responsibility in your job to try to convince them of what is going on. I mean, you can try, but you're going to be setting yourself up for a lot of struggle, heartache, and pain. It takes two to tango. And to try to, you can get an intermediary, you can get a marriage counselor, you can have them read books, but unless they feel that their own behavior is problematic for them or painful for them, they're not going to change. The narcissist oftentimes they cannot see the error of their ways. They cannot see that they're drinking too much. They cannot see that they're smoking too much. They can't see that they're drugging too much. They can't see that they're fiscally irresponsible. They can't see that they're underemployed. They can't see where they're sucking. They can't see it, or they don't have control over it. This is just who they are. This is a child of God, and you can let them, and let them go in love and just say, wow, this is another human being. I love them. I forgive them for all their weaknesses and their shortcomings, but that's where they're at right now. And allow the universe to take care of them with where they're at. So if you can get that off of your shoulders and out of your gut, out of your system, then you're going to feel a whole lot lighter. I mean, you're going to be flying with the angels. You're going to be flying with the eagles. You're going to be flying with the jets when you can just let go of this sort of force to try to keep the relationship together. And so, it is to understand that part of the narcissistic or even the psychopathic condition is they need others as supply. They require other people to, feed their ego, to feed, their self-esteem. This is part of, they need to be able to have control and power and domination over others. This is just who they are. So if you don't want to tangle with that, then just say, thank you very much, but I'm exiting the dance floor. Thank you very much, but I'm out of, I'm no longer on the video game. I'm no longer participating in this pinball. I don't want to live life as a pinball in a pinball machine. You just keep, flipping the levers and I just keep getting jostled around. No, thank you very much. I am I am not a pinball. I mean, you need to make these declarations and being able to set some boundaries and standards for yourself, and then just let them know, I would like it to work out. If you're ever open to changing, then we'll have an opportunity. I mean, it has to be very simple. You have to cleave it clean and clear. It is what it is, but don't leave the door open to a hover, because then you're only setting yourself up for employing more self-limiting beliefs. You're always going to say, well, I deserve, I'm going to go back to this minimizing relationship. I'm going to go back to this, and I'm not going to see life in the abundance for what it is. I'm going to keep myself too small. I'm going to narrow my world. I'm going to self-limit myself too much if I continue to keep that door open. So it's very important for you to have a clear, clean cut, even if it means something as serious as divorce. Yes, this is a very serious matter. Yes, this is a very serious situation. Yes, this is very heartbreaking. But all I can do is fix my own behaviors. If they see the error of their ways, then I will be this much further on my journey, and I'll be ready to accept someone who is a better match, who is healthier for me. Because if there's a real disconnect between your truth and what's going on outside of you, then you unequivocally need to honor your own truth. You need to understand that this is trying to get your attention for a reason. You are unhappy for a reason. Even though you're trying to hold on to the unhappiness, it truly means life has something greater in store for you. So let it go so you can find out and discover what that is. It's your buddy, Peace and Harmony, with you here today. And I hope that these videos do help. Please share and please subscribe for more great tools, videos, discussion, and support.